Awesome.
Welcome, Fred.
Hey. So we do a little Brian training session here.
He's got the mouse.
That's scary.
It is.
Give me 1 second here. I wanted to find something. See if I can do this real quick here. Documents. And
Nice tank top, Fred.
We envy you your tank tops.
I'm sorry?
We envy you both your tank tops. It's snowing here.
Yeah, what, you don't have a heater in your house?
Yeah, we do.
Well, there you go.
Right?
Yeah. Actually, it's still raining, but the temperature is dropping drastically.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's why I don't live there.
Yeah.
I remember a million years ago, previous company, I was putting together an office in Phoenix, and I was going to be there 6 months, and got a condo, and I thought I'd be in good shape. It was like on the bottom floor, and I think there might have been actually 2 units above it, so insulate the unit. And my first month there, my electric bill was like $400 for the month, and that's $400 in 91 dollars, right? And so I called the power company. I go, there's got to be a mistake here. $400 for electricity. And the gal looked at the record and she starts to chuckle. She goes, I see this is a new, you've only been there a month. Are you from California? I'm thinking, first of all, how's she know that? And what's that have to do with anything? And I said, yes. And she said, and what do you have your thermostat for your air conditioner set at? And I go, 68. She chuckled again and said, we recommend 86.
Oh.
And of course, I'm running around all day. I'm in that place. I'm making phone calls and doing my deal, right? And I'm running around in a pair of shorts and a sweatshirt. You know, of course, it was quite the shock stepping outside. I'm thinking 86. I mean, why have an air conditioner if you got it at 86?
Right.
Yeah, really, huh? So anyway, let's roll here. Good to see you, Donna. Good to see you, Deb. Good to see Robin. Bob, good to see you, buddy. I never see you.
Hi.
Good to see you, Marianne. Good to see you, and of course, Brian and Kate. Couple of just a little note here, and we may have caught that towards the end of the last session. You know, I'm going to hang out with you guys. First of all, I love the Monday group. You guys are really good for me. Helps me focus what I'm doing. I'm going to hang out with you guys here for a few weeks. I thought we'd kind of like get through the holiday, maybe get a couple of weeks into January, you know, mid-January, kind of just to, you know, keep everybody focused, keep them on track with the, you know, the important things to be doing. And we had some technical difficulties before we taught, you know, the big you know, pitch, of course, was, hey, Marianne, now I see you. And you know, what's the number one thing you need to be focused on? Well, you guys know what the number one thing is. Talk to new people. Okay, now the key was last week, it was before Thanksgiving. It was your opportunity to reach out to people that, whatever the excuse was, you haven't been calling them. You know, they're on your chicken list. You haven't talked to them forever. You've already talked to them before. They weren't interested. Whatever the reason is, you haven't talked to them about Isogenics is solved because it was before Thanksgiving. You can just call them up. I've been thinking about you. Wanted to wish you happy Thanksgiving. What is going on in your life? See, the important thing to understand here is our personal contacts. That's where the business comes from. Okay, nothing has changed in the 35 years that I've been involved in network marketing. Okay, I believe it is 87% of the people that are involved in a network marketing company were introduced by a friend, an associate, somebody they knew. Now, you got to think about this for a minute, okay? Which means that if you're investing, you know, 80% of your time in prospecting, okay, which you should be doing anyway. All right. 20% of your time working with the team. You want to get yourself to a position where you've got, 4, 5, 6 brand new people that you're building 2, 3, 4 levels down. Then you've got an excuse to back off the 80-20 rule, 80% prospecting, 20% supporting your team. But you need to be working yourself out of a job as fast as you can. Your personal enrollee, they want to be, you want to get them going. You want to get, you show, write this in your notes. Tell, show, try, do. Tell them what you're going to do. Show them, draw the little circles out. There's 2, and we're going to help those 2 get 2. And there's 4 circles, then 8 circles, then 16 circles, right? Okay, that's 30 people. And you tell them you're going to help them get the first 2. Then you're going to take those 2 new people and you're going to help them get their first 2. Now there's 4 people in the second level that you're going to work with, not your new guy. Your new guy doesn't know what to do. They're watching the whole time. They're watching the phrasing, they're watching the posture, they're watching, the onboarding process. You get down into that 3rd level, you help those 4 get there too. By the way, you're getting pretty busy now, aren't you? Right? What are you gonna do with all those people? Well, first things first, don't drag them to the dance. The ones that are jumping on it, work with those. The ones that aren't, turn them over to their upline. Don't drag people to the dance. Now, right about that, between that 3rd and 4th level, you've got a lot of people you're working with. You're starting to get good about doing it. We used to do this in small groups after the meeting, right? Well, you can do it in a small Zoom meeting, but somewhere between that 3rd and 4th level, your number 1 person, the person that you enrolled, they are getting this. They've watched you do this 1, 2, 3 times. They're starting to see your onboarding process, the things you bring new people to do. They are, they got a story now, right? They've made some money because they've got, 2 times plus 6 plus 8, they got 20 orders underneath them. So they've made some money. They got a story. They've been plugged into, the online events and what have you. So somewhere between that 3rd and 4th level, that's when your new person starts to take on what I call the leadership overhead. They're scheduling the meetings, they're getting the documents out. I got a couple documents I want to share with you. They're getting that brand new 3rd level or 4th level person. They're walking them through the onboarding process that you are personally using, whatever that be. Hey, Ernest. And so you're getting some help there from your new person, and the first 2 people that they enrolled, they're starting to get the process. So you tell them what you're going to do, then you show them, help them get those first 2 people on board. And what we're doing now with Zoom and everything, we enrolled Sheila's daughter. So what I said is, Sheila, I am going to log into your back office and I'm going to share the screen. And so Sheila got to watch again as I enrolled her daughter. Okay, now see, I did that when I enrolled her. I shared my screen so she could see the enrollment process. Now she gets to see it again and see, tell, show, let them try. And if they keep trying, they'll eventually do it. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, and this is, you're going to have to shed all of the scar tissue. Let's see who's on this call, with the exception of Donna. You guys are going to have to shed the scar tissue of the last few years with ZJ. Okay, no more hand holding, no more begging people to do the deal, no more dragging people to the dance. You're going to have to go through some numbers, but you need to find somebody that wants it as bad as you do. And do not waste time hoping, wishing, trying, cajoling, twisting people's arms, calling the same people over and over again. That is a fool's errand. If you do this right, you only have to do it once, and 36 months from now, you'll be set up for the rest of your life. Now, give it 60 months, 3 years, set up for the rest of your life. 5 years, set up for the rest of your life and a couple of generations after that. Mark my words. Okay, pay very close attention to this. With you or without you, Isogenics is going to $1 billion a year. With you or without you, there'll be those of us that create, $1 million a year incomes in the next 5 years with this company. With you or without you. And what I'm trying to do is give you the tools and the vision of what it's going to take to be there. So number one on my agenda for tonight, okay? And we already, we're recapping from before. Number one thing you need to be doing between now and the beginning of the year, talk to new people. Now, I include in that people you've talked to in the past that didn't get involved. Some of you are going to go through your old distributor list, people that were working with you in the past and they've kind of fallen by the wayside. Let me save you a lot of time and grief. Knowing who they are, would you purposefully go after signing them up? Okay. Were they producing in the past? Because if they were always the ones that were calling you and saying, what's the telephone number for the conference call? When's the conference call? How much is a box of Super Mix? If that was them, save yourself time and grief and trouble. Don't call them up. Think about this. It's college. There's some people you're going to invite to the party and there's some you're not going to invite to the party, right? It ain't being mean. They're not going to have any fun either. Why would you have them there and force them to join if they're the party, if they're not going to have fun? You're not going to have fun having them there, right? I mean, come on. So that's the number one thing. Now we got that covered. You know what you need to be doing. You got to go do the deal. You still have the magic of Thanksgiving, for another 3 or 4 days. I've had you on my mind so much. I got buried. I wanted to call and wish you happy Thanksgiving. I just got buried. How was your holiday? See, all you're doing is connecting. First step is connecting. Find out if there's a reason that for you to share your products or opportunity. If there isn't, then don't. Unless they bring up, what are you doing? Then you can casually mention it. If you get some response from that, great. Share your product story. If you get some attention, great. But don't force it. Give it an opportunity so that you can get back. I spend 0 time on Facebook, but if you are, you might want to start checking their Facebook posts. See if you can find something going on there. Now, the number one on my topic that I want on my agenda for tonight, and this is a little to do for you guys, you really need to take a few minutes, doesn't have to be more than a few minutes, but take a few minutes, get quiet, get away from the noise, turn off the phone, turn off the TV, turn off your spouse, whatever you got to do, get a little space and write down, commit ink to paper. Commit ink to paper. Why did you sign up to do this? Why did you decide to do this? What was it you wanted? Because it's so easy going day after day after day after day to lose focus on why you're here. It's real simple, folks. If this was an easy deal, everybody'd do it. You have to understand, this is not an easy deal. If it was easy, everybody would do it. The reason that and look around at the leadership that you have. Look at why they're here. You guys know my original why: to take care of my son, to make sure he could become whatever it was he was destined to become. What's more important than saving the life of your child? Name something. Anything? Really? I wonder if that's why 35 years later, I've been able to do it for this long and have what I've got. Do you think it had to do with the significance of my why? And you need to go back to why, and your reason for starting in the beginning may not have been as significant as it developed into when you became aware of the potential. And folks, if you don't have that significant why, then develop one. Okay, find a reason that will cause you to do what you need to do to create the lifestyle that you can with this company. This is something extremely unique. You've got, I want to say a 1 in a million opportunity. Most of you ain't going to buy that story, but it probably is statistically. If you figure out, just in my tenure in the industry, if you figure out over the last 35 years how many multi-level companies have come and gone, and what percentage of those companies achieved $1 billion in annual sales and is still in business, that's probably close to 1 in a million. You have a 1 in a million opportunity. You need to develop a why. Now, I love Debbie Ballmer. I'm not going to get on Debbie because I know it's late there and she gets up, when most people are leaving the bars. I'm not going to hammer her about not being on camera, but you're seeing her why. It's right there in her, avatar, profile photo. Look at the little ones. She wants to be able to be there with them. And if she's like me, she's figuring out, she's preparing to be able to play with their babies, the great grands, right? I mean, I'm working out because I want one of my great grandbabies to be at the beach, and when I take my shirt off, I want them to go, "Wow, Papa, you look good." Well, we can always hope, right? So, point being, you need to write down. You need to keep this front and center. It's not easy to stay focused. What's your reason for being here? Because you have to know that reason every single morning when you wake up, or else you've lost the game. You're not going to have the intensity to focus this day on working your business like a real business and at a level that will dictate the returns that you're looking for. And I'm including myself in that, folks. Okay. Every single one of us needs to get much more passionate about why we're here. So that was my first agenda. Do that. Okay. Write it down. Okay. If you want to share it with each other, great. I'm not one of those guys, that says, well, if you want to accomplish your goal, do a public testimonial, blah, blah. You do it if you want to. Okay. I think it's great. Okay. I've never personally needed to get momentum or get energy from somebody else because I committed out loud I was going to do it, and now I've got to, it's not about the other people. It's only about me. Okay. And what I want to do. So that's one thing I want to do. Number two, I want you to start using some of the tools if you haven't already. Can I share my screen?
Of course. So we need to do something for you to
Yeah,
do
you're
it.
going to have to enable, like click on my, go over to where I am in the participant, right click and see if you can allow me to share my screen or turn me into a co-host or something.
Let me see. You're lit up here. So did that work?
Brian, so you're reviewing your screen now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you want to stop your share screen. What you want to do is go to the participant list on the right. You see the participant list?
Yes.
Okay, highlight me. You'll see a blue button that says more. Write this down, Brian.
You know what? I'm making you a host.
That'll work. That'll work. This will stop the other screen sharing. Yes. Okay. I just stopped your screen sharing.
Okay.
Let's do over here. Okay. Here's a couple of documents I encourage you to be using. Okay. The new member checklist. You can get this all off of the isogenicsbusiness.com website. New member checklist. This is a tool that'll do a couple things. It'll help orient your brand new person, and it will help you determine whether or not this person, starting out is going to be the person to put your time and energy into. Okay, new member checklist. Well, it starts out with, name, order date, did they enroll in lifestyle rewards, did you schedule the welcome call? But here, did you familiarize them with, ISA movie, ISA product? Here's set up some goals for their, their initial weight loss and that sort of thing. Now, this is going to really help with people. How much money do you think you need to achieve the questions to start setting into place the things that they're going to need to be thinking about to succeed? Set them up. What are the financial goals? Who do you know internationally? It's kind of like a memory jogger thing. Well, I will complete my next 90 days by this time. This particular new member checklist, if I was more patient and I had more time, I'd probably sit down with somebody, the two of us, and we'd fill this out together. They'd fill it out as I ask them the questions. I don't have the time. I'm not that patient. I give it to them and I tell them to do it. Okay. All I care about is that I gave them the opportunity to see this kind of stuff. If they're going to do it, terrific. If they're not going to do it, I'm on to the next person. I have no time to waste. Okay. I ain't dragging nobody to the dance. The only person that's coming to the dance with me are the people that are begging, take me to the dance. Okay. And note the posture and the mindset. How do you attract those kinds of people? Be that kind of person. Leaders in action. This is the formula. This another document. This is the formula that they're using for the for the bonus programs. I'm going to suggest you do something here a little different. Take a dummy one of these things, and I always say, anything that I've got that's printed material and it's blank on the other side, I save that. Scratch paper, and I can also print on the other side, right? So I'm not killing so many trees. The leaders in action, I want you to look at this as to check your activity level. Okay, these are the things that create the points. You want to be factoring how many, one PET, personal enrollment point. You might want to, what I would encourage you to do is don't look at this as, every time you got a personal enrollment, pull a point down. Use this to determine what were your activities today and were they in the areas that are important. Well, personal enrollment points, that's recruiting. How many reach outs did you do today? Because you'll get no personal enrollment points if you aren't prospecting a new person. Okay. Second level personal enrollment tree. Now, once you get somebody that's working with you, this is an area where you can get more points is by helping that second level person get a new enrollment. But it's also defining an area of activity that you need to focus on. So once you've done the 2, 3, 4 reach outs today that you intend to do, what's the next most important thing to do? Take your brand new person. Did you help them get closer to a new enrollment? Now, once you start doing the activities, guess what? The numbers are going to come again. There's one more thing, and there's another one document, and forgive me, I've been slammed today, and I just didn't have the screen share is paused, stop screen share. I just didn't have the time to put it together. The 90-day game plan. They have a 90-day program in there. I'm using a couple of other documents as well. Kathy Coover does the road to manager. That's not what it is, but you know what I'm talking about. She does a video. I think it's 11 minutes long on how to get to roadmap to executive. It's an 11-minute video. There's also a document goes with it. These are some of the, but I don't do it all at the same time. Okay. I deliver this, a little bit over a period of 2 or 3 days, because otherwise it's overwhelming. Okay. We can talk and that maybe will be it. If you're interested, we'll talk about, at this point in time, what my concept of onboarding is. We can talk about that next time. Anyway, most important thing for me right now to message in terms of messaging is you got to get this part taken care of. Okay, until you get this done, there are no activities I can recommend over the next, let's say, 6 weeks. I think that's a good time frame. December. Let's kind of get the first year going. Let's spend 6 weeks together. Okay, if you guys are open. If you're not, that's okay.
We're good.
If you'd rather not see me, that's okay.
We'll take you, Fred.
Okay.
Please.
Dance.
Yay.
Okay. So the most important thing I wanted to deliver today was get your mind squared away. You got a lot of work to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to help a lot of people, but you're going to make a freaking fortune if you do this. And that freaking fortune, you define what that is. For some of you, that $1,000 a month of residual income, that's died and gone to heaven. Somebody else might need $1,000 a day. Okay, for me to feel like I've accomplished what I want to accomplish here, I gotta have $2,000 a day. I gotta hit $750,000. I gotta max out the that first that's just the first goal. I want to max out the cycle pay. Okay, cycle pay, and then the leadership match check, 750 grand a year. Okay, I'll feel good about myself if I can hit 750 grand a year residual income. I'll feel pretty good about myself. And there'll be a lot of people feel real good about me too. Amazing how many friends you've got when you got an 800 plus FICA score and a big checking account and a platinum card. It's amazing how many people are your friends. Yeah, I'm a little cynical sometimes. So get your mind squared away. Okay, take a few minutes, write it down, put it somewhere where you read it every morning, figure out why you're here. The potential is just too much, too large to give it a casual attitude. Now, what I would like from you guys is some suggestions. What do you need to hear from me? What can I help with? If we're going to spend 6 weeks together, I'll come up with topics. Okay, onboarding a new person, and I'm not saying my onboarding process is the end all. I'm kind of playing with it as well because I'm back in recruit mode, and this is all new. This is all new stuff. I mean, honestly, I've scratched the surface of what Isogenics has. Probably the one thing I can say, the good news, bad news, they got everything you need. Bad news is they got so much stuff you'll never get through it. So maybe what I'm sharing with you is my first, second, third picks of what they got, and then I'm not gonna worry about the rest. Okay, if somebody else wants to get in there, new guy wants to get in there, hey, I found this, I found that, great. Who'd you talk to today? Okay, let's go talk to somebody together. Because all the reading and going through all the exercises and all the videos and that sort of stuff in the world doesn't do what we're supposed to do, which is talk to somebody. And on that note, the 6-week series that David T.S. Wood, am I getting that right, guys? Is it David Wood? That 6-week series that he's doing, I think we're on the 5th or 6th session of it now. That is really good stuff. Okay, my singular complaint is the sessions are 2 hours long. If you have not been listening to that stuff, you need to do it. Okay, I don't know how long it's going to stay online. I think it's anybody know the address is at isogenicslive.net.
.com, I think.
There's a .net in there, I think.
Okay.
Double check that. But I'm pretty sure it's a .net. They've got the archive, first, second, third, fourth. First one was mindset, the kind of stuff that you got to have. Okay, you got, and the stories are so powerful. You need to share those stories. I haven't been able to do it yet. I've gotten bits and pieces of them. Again, they're typically 2-hour-long presentations. The best I can suggest is 30 minutes a day. Take one session and go 30 minutes a day for 4 days. Okay, I've tried listening to them just as I'm doing stuff and that sort of thing. And I got to tell you, the stuff is so good while I'm multitasking. I'm wishing I was sitting down with my journal and writing some of this stuff down. Okay, so really encourage you to do that. Okay, I'm sorry to go. You guys got your assignment. Figure out what it is, why you're here, write it down. Give me topics that are meaningful to you. I'll pick something that I think is meaningful, but it'd be a lot better if you guys direct me. I'm gonna leave Kate and Brian in charge of, getting a little bit of a, group cohesiveness here. Don't tell me on Monday next week at, 5:25 what you'd like to hear, because you're gonna get what comes off the hip, okay? But if you can give me a day or two, I'll get you better stuff. Okay, I gotta go. Modesta's out of here.
Hey,
Good to
thank
see you
Brad.
guys.
Thank
Hope
you,
y'all had a
Brad.
great Thanksgiving. I gained 3 pounds over Thanksgiving. It's okay because they'll be gone in 2 days.
Whoa.
Gym time.
right.
Congratulations.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.